This is the human heart. Central to our physical body, our survival, revered by poets throughout history as the emotional center of our being. The place we instinctively touch when asked to point to ourselves. And now, what we have known intuitively is being understood scientifically. Researchers are unlocking a new science of the heart that could change everything we know about health and our interconnected nature. Coherence is a state of balance between heart, mind, and emotions, creating a favorable cascade of neural, hormonal, and biochemical events that benefit the entire body. But this phenomenon not only benefits us personally, it affects everything around us, emitting an electromagnetic field that can be measured up to 3 feet outside of the body. When you are in coherence, your heart resonates at the same frequency as the Earth's magnetic field. This frequency positively affects everything around you. When a group of people are in coherence together, this effect is magnified. Could communities synchronized in coherence lower violence, accelerate cooperation, and global harmony? This is the purpose of the Global Coherence Pulse. If we can measure the impact of thousands of people in coherence at the same time, it could lead to a breakthrough in understanding the full potential of the human heart. All you need to participate is your presence and your heart. To take it to the next level, join the research study by downloading the app and getting an HRV monitor to measure your personal coherence. The world needs it more than ever before. Each human heart is unique and magnificent by itself. But imagine what could be possible when we unify.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Global Coherence Pulse, April 2022. It's a full moon today, and it's going to be Earth Day this coming week, and it's Easter weekend. It's really a powerful time to come together. And I want to start by saying thank you for taking time out of your day to join us for this Global Coherence Pulse. We've been doing these now for 2 years. I think this is our 49th pulse that we've been doing, coming together once a month so that we can learn more about the power of coherence and we can be in a cultivation practice together. So this 90-minute session includes some wisdom that's going to be shared. We have Rollin McCraty on today from HeartMath, one of our founding partners for the Global Coherence Pulse. And we're going to be focusing on pulsing our heart-centered coherence and love to the trees of the planet. That's really going to be our focus today. And as you can see, I'm with my beautiful roommate here. This is my housemate on my deck, this beautiful tree. And I'll be telling you more about some exciting things this tree is going to be going through. And we also include a meditation during this time. And that meditation usually starts at about 12:30. So in 30 minutes, once we have a little bit of opening time, we can hear from Rollin, and then we'll move into our meditation. And we always like to include music in our Global Coherence Pulses. So today we have Theo Grace. If you've been on Pulses before, you would have met him, and he's brought a special friend today that we haven't met before, Justin Michael Williams. So they're going to be starting us off with some music. If you have the Global Coherence app, go ahead and sign in to the global group, because right now there are people all around the world, might not be on this, are doing the global care focus right now, the full moon care focus. And we can add our energy in there. And it's a nice way for us to begin to track what happens when we come together, as it showed in that video, and begin to cultivate coherence and pulse the planet together. And there's a new camera sensor now. So you can actually stick your finger on the back where your camera is, and it starts to track your coherence rates, and we can start to see that. So there's an opportunity for everyone, whether you have a sensor or not, just to begin to experiment with exploring your own coherence levels. So, wow, I'm really excited that we're going to do this for the trees today. And I want to start us off before I bring on Theo and Justin. Let's just take a minute to breathe together and get really present right here. And I want to start by having us feel the bottom of our feet. This place that we connect to the planet. Everywhere we are right now on the planet, let's bring our awareness to that connection. And send your awareness down into the earth, into the mycelial network, this living soup of life just below our feet. We can connect in with this aliveness and begin to work in partnership. And just imagine that you're connecting in with all of the trees in your neighborhood. That your awareness going down into the earth, you're connecting in with all the trees in your neighborhood. So that as we pulse the planet today and as we send our love to the trees, that we're really infusing that energy into the trees all around us. And since we're all around the world, we'll create this beautiful ripple out to all of the trees in all of the world. And then bring your awareness up into your heart. This is where we want to sit today with our feet on the ground and our awareness in our heart, and just take a moment to just breathe in and out of our hearts. And if we go just a little slower and just a little longer than usual, our whole nervous system begins to slow down. And let's send a wave of gratitude to the trees, to the earth beneath our feet, and these glorious, beloved brothers and sisters are these trees all around the planet. And let's just stay in this place with the bottom of our feet and our awareness and breathing in and out of our heart, and really just sending some waves of love to each other and to the planet and to the trees throughout this entire pulse event today. And I thought that instead of going right into having Rollin share, that I thought it would be nice if we had some music to start us off, so that we can just keep connecting in with the earth and the trees around us, keep connecting in as a community of souls coming together for this purpose. And I couldn't think of somebody better to bring us into that than my friend Theo Grace. And Theo, known each other for a long time, and every time he brings his music in, I always tear up. And he's brought a special friend today. Justin, I've never met you before.
It's
but
so lovely to connect.
I'm excited. What a beautiful smile you have. So let's just stay in this beautiful place and let you guys start us off with some music as we pulse the planet today with our heart-centered coherence.
Thank you, T. So we're just gonna jump right in. I'll share a little bit about this song. It actually came out of a Thich Nhat Hanh meditation. I was doing this meditation where it's very simple, and it's like I breathe in and I smile. and I breathe out and I dwell in the present moment. I breathe in and I know that it's a wonderful moment. And he's got this amazing perspective on choosing to smile, like that it's actually a claiming of your power. And I was doing it for days, and then this song just came out. It just flowed out so naturally. And I shared it with Justin, and he loved it. And we're actually recording it right now. He's here visiting for the week. And we've been just doing music, so much amazing music. And he's a wonderful soul to get to connect with and collaborate with. And I'm so grateful you're here.
So grateful, brother.
Yeah. Do you want to say anything?
Let's sing.
Okay, let's sing. This song's called Lovely Day.
It's a lovely day, and I am on my way to love again. And every breath I take, I'm opening, oh yeah, to let it in, oh yeah. On the road, destination light, out the window, open sky. I got so many reasons why I feel alright. It's a lovely day, and I am on my way to love again. And every breath I take, I'm opening, oh yeah, to let it in, oh yeah, let it in, 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 let it in. I'm opening, oh yeah, to let it in, oh yeah. Up the mountain I will climb, family right by my side. I got everything I need to fly with my wings so high. Sing with us. It's a lovely day, and I am on my way to love again. And every breath I take, I'm opening, oh yeah, to let it in, oh yeah. And I'm never gonna know what's coming down that road. I see flowers blooming everywhere I go. And I don't know where I'm headed, but the sun is on my skin. And I feel so good that I don't need to know. It's a lovely day, and I am on my way to love again. And every breath I take, I'm opening, oh yeah, to let it in, oh yeah, let it in, 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 breathe it in, breathe it in, let it in, let it in. I'm opening, oh yeah, to let it in, oh yeah. Let it in.
What a really good way to start the day. I had a feeling about you too. Wow. Thank you so much, guys. We're going to hear from them a couple more times. Super excited. Thank you, Justin, for coming. I love you already.
It's such a gift. I feel like I'm with family already, so it's amazing to be with this community.
Good. All right. Well, let's bring on Rollin McCraty. Hi, Rollin. I'm
Hi,
going to get
Teresa.
these. Look, you and I, we both had the same idea when we came on this morning. We both got our little flannels on, right? Like little outdoor with our redwood trees. Rollin and I both live in California near each other. And I'm so excited, Rollin, that we're going to talk about the Global Tree Project. And we're really going to start to explore the magnificence of trees and all they have to share with us. So thank you for coming, Rollin McCraty. He's the Director of Research for HeartMath Institute. As I said, a founding member of the Global Coherence Pulse and one of my favorite men on the planet. Rollin, thank you for being here.
My pleasure, Teresa. I always love showing up for the pulses. And for those that are maybe new, the Global Coherence Pulse is really part of a larger citizen scientist project where we're really measuring the effects on the global fields from all of us being here together, and through the Global Consciousness Project, which we're also becoming the new home for. And so far, most, if not all, of the pulses are actually showing a significant effect on the global field environment. Yay, which is one of our suggestions there, is that it's not necessarily the amount of people to have measurable global effects, but how coherent we are, how when we come together in the heart, in a heart coherent state collectively, that we put out a bigger pulse. And that's really what this is all about. And as part of that larger work on really scientifically, I think, verifying what most of us intuitively already know, that is that we all are deeply interconnected with each other, with the earth, the trees, all natural systems. So we're really hoping to show that, and because for many, science is the new religion, and if science says, then we'll pay more attention to it, because it's really all about us being more responsible for being more self-responsible for the energies we're feeding the field. And so today, really looking forward to sharing the recent launch of a brand new project to add another element to that work, which is trees and measuring the electrical activity of trees. So I'm going to share my screen here, and we will get going. All right, so hopefully everybody can see the slide there. This is, again, a citizen scientist project to globally be able to measure the electrical activity of trees. So we're actually measuring the electrical potential, and there's little devices we put on the trees, put a couple of electrodes you can see over here in this picture. And all right, let me click here. Just a little background. The first person that I know of to measure the electrical activity of trees in the 1960s was Saxton Burr, who was a professor at Yale University, and his work with trees and other measuring people and stuff. He termed what he called L fields, life fields basically, and suggested that there really are fields in all living systems that are very similar to the other known fields in physics, electromagnetism and so on, and although more complex, that they obey similar laws. And so this is some of his data from one of his books, recorded in the 1960s on a maple tree and an elm tree for over long time periods. And around that same time, 1973, the book some of you probably are familiar with, The Secret Life of Plants, which was based on the work of Cleve Baxter. And Cleve, he's passed away a number of years ago now, but he was actually a close friend and spent a lot of time here at HeartMath. And he actually taught me a lot, and us here at the lab, we replicated many of his experiments ourselves, kind of convinced ourselves. But when the Secret Life of Plants came out, because Cleve was basically suggesting that plants respond to human emotions, and they bond with the person that cares for them, and they prefer certain types of music over others, and so on. And so we actually, like I said, did verify this, but he got a lot of heat. And some other, this just was so against the paradigm of, especially at that era, that kind of got written off by the scientific community. And some other experiments supposedly that proved that he was wrong, that if you look at them, were really horrible experiments that were doomed to fail. And it's wonderful to see that I think we can confidently say that Cleve was really right all along. And because in the last several decades, there's a new generation of plant scientists that have emerged that are really showing that plants are endowed with what we could think of as feelings, and they have complex social interactions. They communicate with each other, certainly, and also with plants. Just kind of quickly go through a couple examples here. This is by no means an exhaustive kind of presentation on this, but one of the, I think, really neat studies is showing that, in this case, mimosa plants can actually learn. And this was a really clever set of experiments that was done by a biologist, Monica Galliano, where she figured out a way to safely drop the plants so that they wouldn't hurt. And one of the things mimosas do is when they detect danger or things, is they close their leaves. And the mimosa plants would learn that in that experiment that they weren't really harmed, so they would learn that they would stop doing that. And they actually held that memory for up to a month, which is a very long-term memory. And these were very clever experiments and very well controlled, so I won't go into all the detail, but it was one of the first demonstrations of actual that kind of a memory in plants. And so there's a new trend in the plant work, plant research world, plant and trees, called plant neurobiology, as they like to call themselves. And it's really focused on understanding how plants and trees process information at the whole organism level. And some of the mechanisms by how they do this and how they signal this. And I've actually seen some of this myself. I've been here in the redwood forest, I think twice over the last few years, where I just happened to be out in the woods in nature. And I've seen a tree release its pollen in a coordinated way. It's like this giant explosion of cloud that happens all at once. It's really amazing to see how they do that, and how in the heck do trees all across all of the leaves and all of the entire tree know how to do that. It's really quite fascinating to actually see that happen. It's clear now that the trees have the same senses we do, or the kind of what you could think of as the equivalent of those senses, but they have a lot more sensory systems of the environment than we do, around 20 different sensory systems that have been validated to have. And relative to what we're talking about here in terms of measuring the electrical activity of trees, they have sensors that detect, well, obviously humidity, but things like gravity, vibrations, and electromagnetic fields, which is quite relevant, as we'll see. So in this new generation of plant biologists, they're really suggesting that intelligence is the ability to solve problems, and that it doesn't have to be neurons in a brain. This is one of the old guard kind of arguments, is that you can't have intelligence without neurons. And this has been kind of a source of contention between the old guard and the new guard in the plant and tree research world. But the newer generation is suggesting that we have to think of intelligence differently, that it doesn't have to be just around neurons, that it can be distributed across the entire plant or tree in how they gather information. And there's actually kind of similar things happening in human research now, that we have to think of as intelligence, not just as the brain and neurons, but the synchronized activity and the harmonious activity of the brain and the body together. In fact, I had a fascinating call earlier this morning with a researcher who's really advancing that way of thinking. Just another kind of example here by Suzanne Simard, who was, I think, the first to show that using kind of isotopes that she would put into like the mother tree, for example, and has found that the trees are communicating underground through the mycelium networks and so on with each other, but that mother trees recognize their kin. They know who their babies are, so to speak, and they share nutrients with them. They change their behaviors to help protect them. And even more fascinating, what this work has shown is that even across species, trees cooperate. They share resources based on the seasons and the time of years, and share glucose and different resources. And I really think that we have a lot to learn from nature here, because this is true cooperation at a community, you could think of as a global kind of consciousness, which is why I believe that nature and trees and the plant world thrive. And if I had to say one quality about nature, at least in the plant world, is thriving. They thrive. I live here, as Teresa does, in Santa Cruz County, where some of you might know we had a very big fire 2 years ago. This is called the CZU fire that really wiped out one of the large old growth redwood forests here, a huge, one of the large top 10 the most destructive fires in the history of California. And just a year later, 2 years now, it's amazing to see how the forest has recovered and the regeneration that's rapidly happening. So the good living example of how nature really does thrive because they've learned to cooperate, from my perspective, and share resources. Which is another element about the plant and tree world, is they're really energy efficient. They're really intelligent about how they utilize their energy resources. So this is kind of a quote from a book called Brilliant Green, that basically is research showing that every choice a plant makes is based on the smallest quantity of resources that solves the problem, the larger problem. So we're starting to see many ways of the intelligence of nature, at least in the plant and tree world. Now this is, for this project we're doing here, this is an example of two trees here on our property in the Santa Cruz Mountains. This is a redwood tree and an oak tree that we've been monitoring for some time, and we put little electrodes in the tree to measure the electrical activity. And as you can see, trees have circadian rhythms and pretty dynamic electrical lives. And it's surprisingly little research has been done on the electrical signaling, electrical activity of trees. There's a huge explosion on the biochemistry and the underground networks and so on. But really looking at the electrical is very few studies. So there's a lot of unknown here. Now, one of the things that you'll see here on looking at this is the scale of which these voltages are measured. These are in what's called millivolts. And when we measure humans, for example, when we measure the electrocardiogram from the heartbeat of a person, it's also measured in millivolts. And we compare that to brain waves or the EEG, that's in microvolts. So it's an order of magnitude larger. So trees are producing quite large, surprisingly large electrical voltages. And this is a bit of a mystery for how they actually do this. We do have some thoughts on the mechanisms of that, but that for another day. But anyway, just kind of wanted you to see the dynamics of what these tree potentials look like there. So what we're doing with the Global Tree Potential Monitoring Network, this is very much citizen science based. So those of you that have a favorite tree, it's on your property or in your backyard or whatever, you can get one of these devices to hook up your own tree. And it's called the RTU for Remote Tree Unit. It goes on the tree. And then that sends via radio link the electrical information from the tree back to a base station in your home, which is connected to your local Wi-Fi. And then that sends the data back to a central server and website where you can actually go see your tree's data, electrical activity, and all the other trees that are part of that network. So that's the basics of how how it works. So some of our key research questions, just I'll summarize very quickly here. Are trees affected by human emotions? And to do that, we've learned a lot over the years, especially from the Global Consciousness Project, that to really do that and have any kind of convincing data from a scientific perspective, you've got to look at a lot of trees simultaneously. And you have to look over many, many events of things that either trigger a large emotional outpouring of humanity or organized events like we're doing here today, where we really come together with a focus to interact with the trees on an energetic level. And do that enough times that we can start looking across the global network to see, are the trees responding in a similar way at a global level? Can trees help predict earthquakes? That might be surprising to hear that one. So with each tree unit, there's two different channels, as we call them. One that's measuring the electrical activity of the tree, but then we also put a stake into the ground to measure the between the tree and the ground, which is measuring basically the currents within the earth. And one of our colleagues and collaborators, I think of him as the grandfather of pre-earthquake signal research, has developed a very elegant model. It's a new model that shows how when rocks are under pressure, like around earthquake faults, they literally turn into batteries with sustained currents that can flow through the earth and up to the surface of the earth. And this is supported by actual research measuring tree potentials in Japan, showing that these earth potentials measured via trees and their root system networks into the ground before larger earthquakes will shift about 2 weeks prior to a larger earthquake. So this is another kind of exciting thing that they could benefit from this project as well. And then over time, if we get enough of these trees around the earth, we'll ask some questions. I think we might be able to ask, are trees communicating with each other over long or large distances? Do they have their own kind of communication system at the energetic level? Intuitively, I believe they do, but we don't know. We'll have to see. Can we measure this? And I think we might also be able to get more insights into how the biofields of trees have an uplifting effect on people. Many studies show they do, of course. Especially again in Japan, they have a thing called nature bathing where they go out into the forest. And some studies have actually shown that when interacting with nature, there is something unique about forests and trees that's different than just being by oceans or deserts and things like this, that has a unique uplifting effect on humans. So if you're interested in becoming a citizen scientist and have a favorite tree that you would like to hook up, you can go to treerhythms.net. It's a website there, and there's a form you can fill out to. Then we'll talk to you, call you, and see, make sure that your tree qualifies, and so on. We're only going to do 100 trees to begin with, and we are just opening this up globally. We've had about 14, 15 trees here in the United States to work out any bugs, because anything new like this, there's always things you don't know that you discover, and we did, and we think we've got most of those things solved enough now that we're ready to go ahead and release these internationally. And so we've just sent out in the last couple of weeks our first international devices. There's a cost. It's about $600, or it is $600 to get involved, and that's far less than it costs us to actually make these things. This project really is supported by purely and totally by donations and donors around the world that really want to support this kind of work, and looking at the interconnectivity with trees as well as our other projects. So that is the main thing I wanted to share with you today on what the project is about with the trees.
Rollin, I'm so excited about the project. I'm going to spotlight my video for a second. Rollin next Wednesday, is going to come with a film crew, and this tree right behind me is going to have a tree sensor put on it. We're going to videotape how to do that. So I'm super excited that I get to have one, and I can track my tree, because we spend a lot of time connecting with each other. So now I'll have another way to do that.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
So we're going to move in and actually send some coherent heart energy to the trees around the earth as a community. And if you do have the Global Coherence App, now would be a great time to log in and hook it up. And as Teresa mentioned, there's a brand new feature we're testing out, which is you can use the phone's camera as your sensor. So there's really no reason everybody couldn't participate if you want to now. Of course, it's better if you have a real pulse sensor. It's a lot easier and better. But this allows people from around the world who participate in the various events we do to really pulse the planet with more love and compassion to participate, because there are people in countries that, even if they could afford a real sensor, they can't even get one. They're just not available in their areas. So this really makes it possible for anybody and everyone to participate. So I love, one of my favorite things is, if you're not familiar with the app, is, I don't know if you can see it or not, the global map. So all those little pink dots are people who are here right now participating, and we can actually measure the collective coherence we're adding to the field. And it is helpful for us when you do participate using the app, because we are going to be, and already are, but to some degree, but especially as the other projects are really built out, to be able to really track the amount of coherence we're adding to the field, to see how that does affect the trees and the global field environment through our other measurement systems. So I see it'd be wise to ask each tree if they would want to be involved. You can do that. It's I'll just tell a quick story here. I've had two people independently contact me that talk to trees, and I have no reason to doubt that have both told me, independent of each other, that the trees are very aware of our project and very supportive. And so I think we have a global tree. Two tree whisperers said that kind of globally the trees are into it. But still, talk to your own local tree. I think that's a great idea. To tune into them and get a feeling of whether they want to participate or not. Okay, so let's move into really some heart-focused energetic work to support the nature and the global tree network. I'll give Ian a moment here to get ready. With all that's going on in the world, I think it's helpful and renewing to really pause, to celebrate Earth, trees, and all of nature's systems. So many systems that we never think about or are not aware of that are critical for life on Earth. The bees, for example, who pollinate all of our crops, earthworms even that have to be there for topsoil to even be able to grow crops. And so many systems that have to harmoniously work together for really life to exist on Earth, all of nature's systems. And regardless of our different nationalities, religions, races, cultures we might be part of, our political beliefs, we all live together on one planet. And when we pause to celebrate our beautiful planet, we uplift our spirit and increase our capacity to love and care for one another. One of the greatest ways we can celebrate our planet, to honor our planet, is to make a heartfelt commitment to take more responsibility for our own energies, our thoughts, especially our emotions, and of course our actions. It's especially important to remember to find balance within ourselves, as this gives us more priority to our inner balance. It can help facilitate the balance in our relationships and Earth's ecosystems. So living in balance and harmony with each other raises our vibration. And this is the highest gift we can give to Earth, as it can help magnetize our higher vibrational solutions to humanity and to solve the main challenges we have that's facing us as a planet today. So let's celebrate trees and our Earth. First, let's center in the heart. Breathe through the area of the heart a little deeper and slower than normal. And breathe love and appreciation in and out of the heart area for a few minutes. Breathe that appreciation to the trees, to nature, or someone or something that's close to your heart. Now, and just doing this a few minutes as we start, this helps warm the heart, move us into a more heart-coherent state, which increases the effectiveness of our radiations together today. Now connect with the hearts of each other who are here with us today on this call, who are here now, and with the people throughout the world from all cultures who are appreciating trees, Earth, all of our systems, our oceans, animals, certainly the plant and tree kingdom. Just connect in the heart with all the others who are here. Now let's visualize humanity and our planet as you would want them to be. Experiencing peace, harmony, and heart-based connections between all living systems. See humanity awakening to the realization that our feelings, attitudes, and behavior patterns really do affect Earth systems and their capacity to harmoniously work together. if you find your focus moving back into thoughts and distractions, just gently bring your focus back to the area of the heart, sinking into the heart and breathing love, compassion, appreciation. And let's envision an increasing momentum of people opening their hearts and putting love, compassion, and heartfelt connection with each other, nature, trees, and the earth into caring action. And we'll take the next few minutes in silence to send our collective heart energy to the animals, especially the trees, the coral reefs, and other earth systems that are currently suffering from the impact of human activity and climate change. Knowing that trees create an energetic grid that encircles the earth, it helps balance all nature systems and activate them. So let's send our loving intention to help activate the tree's higher potential, to give them more power to do what they are already doing to support the Earth's energetic systems and other nature systems. Send our love and compassion to the trees to help them weather the stress and strain of humanity and our disregard oftentimes for them. So we'll just sit now in silence, radiating collective heart energy to trees and nature. send our compassionate care out to all those who are experiencing the effects of war, disease, social injustices, and the other areas of stress on the planet. Wherever your heart guides you, whatever feels most close to your own heart, just take a few moments and radiate some compassionate care, whatever those areas of the planet that your own intuition or heart guides you to. Just radiate love and compassion. Help reduce any suffering. Help bring the systems more into harmonious alignment. Close. Thank you for caring. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your contributions of your heart energy, your love and your compassion. So Teresa, we can shift back over to you and
let's just for just another minute or so,
Sure.
let's keep just stay in this feeling. We're going to bring Theo and Justin back on to just keep carrying us as we pulse the planet with our love and care. Stay in this beautiful place together. We can begin to fade this music and the slides. Bring in our beloved Theo and Justin. I'm going to go ahead and you guys can turn on your camera. There we go. Beautiful. So let's just thank you, Rollin, so much for sharing about the tree project and guiding us in that beautiful meditation. I could feel trees have been my greatest teacher. And as we were doing that, I really felt like we were connected to all the trees and that we were pulsing the planet together, the trees and us. And it was so beautiful. So Theo and Justin, let's stay in this space and you can just keep opening our hearts with your music. So that we can keep pulsing the planet with our love and our joy.
We are so grateful how beautiful that was to drop in. And right as we started dropping into that experience, it started hailing outside and like all the trees. We have so much magic happening around us. And so this next song is really a prayer. And we'd like you to feel it as a prayer. And it's called I Am Enough. And I think it's perfect with what we've been talking about today, that we are enough when we connect to one another, when we remember who we are, when we drop into our power together and learn to support one another. We are enough as a species to support this planet and to be in communion with the rest of all of life. And so you can sing this to yourself, to the child self that is within you that sometimes just wants to know they're enough. And the lyrics to the chorus are, I am enough, I am golden baby, yeah. And so you can sing along, you'll get it. I am enough, I am golden baby, yeah. All right, so here we go.
Little boy, don't cry. You've been in pain enough. Little girl, don't fight. You're finally safe enough. One day I'll look into your eyes, show you you don't need to hide behind disguise. Spread your wings, you're terrified. Don't be afraid, you're born to fly. I'm by your side. I am enough. I am golden, baby. I am enough.
You got it, try it.
I am enough. Oh, I am enough. I am golden, baby. I am enough. I am enough. Ooh, oh, yeah. I am enough. I am enough. Ooh, oh, yeah. I am enough. I am enough. Listen up. Little girl, it's alright. You've taken the blame. Enough. No. Little boy, don't hide. You've been ashamed. Enough. One day I'll look into your eyes, show you you don't need to hide behind disguise no more. Spread your wings, you're terrified. Don't be afraid, you're born to fly. I'm by your side. Everybody, come on. I am enough. Hey, I am golden, baby. I am enough. Feel it in your heart. I am enough. Yeah, I am enough. Oh, I am golden, baby. I am enough. I am enough.
We're gonna break it down. Listen up, come on.
You are enough. You are golden, baby. You are enough.
So I want you to sing some You Are Enoughs, but I want you to type somebody's name into the chat box. Maybe somebody who's here, somebody out in the world who needs your love, and you'll type T, You Are Enough, Carol, You Are Enough, Carola, You Are Enough, and we'll sing it all together. Send love into the chat box, come on.
You are enough. You are golden, baby.
Feel it in your heart.
You are enough. You are enough.
Again, this one's for you.
You are enough.
Come on.
You are golden, baby. You are enough.
Last time, we're gonna go till we are enough.
We are enough. Hey, everybody. We are golden, baby. We are enough.
Carol, Christine, Cindy, Deborah, Ian, everybody, we are enough. Linda, Lisa,
We are golden,
Martha, Pamela,
We are enough.
Rosie, Silver, we are enough. Tanya, everybody, come on.
We are enough. Yeah.
Oh, we
are golden, baby. We are enough. We are enough. Last time, come on, we are enough. We are golden, baby. We are enough. We are enough. Oh, I am enough. I am golden, baby. I am enough. I am enough. Oh, you are enough. You are golden, baby. You are enough. One more for the whole world, all the trees, all the plants and the animals, everybody. We are enough. The whole planet, all of us. We are golden, baby. We are enough. We are enough. Last time. We are enough. Oh, we are golden, baby. We are enough. We are enough. Repeat it one more time in your heart. And send it out. And we rise together.
Theo, you weren't kidding.
No, I wasn't.
First, I just want to invite everybody that's on the line right now to send a wave of love and appreciation to Rollin McCraty.
Yes.
Right
Yes.
now, just really like Rollin, I don't know if you'll turn your camera on, but I'd love to bring you on camera. And just like, let's just send Rollin and all of the people that he works with at HeartMath who just for so long have been doing this work to bring the power of our human heart in coherence so that we actually know that we can do this, that it makes a difference. Thank you, Rollin. Thank you so much. And let's send our love and energy and appreciation and gratitude to our boys here, Theo and Justin, for just like lifting us up. Yeah. Lifting us up. We want more and more and more of that. Yeah, take it in, boys. You are definitely more than enough. And let's just keep, right? We still have time. Let's keep, as we're going through some sharing and inviting you to participate, that we just keep sending this love out into the world today with everything that we do. I'm going to ask Ian to play a video of HeartMath, because today, one of the things that we are inviting you to do is to make a donation to HeartMath, to this tree project, so that we can have more of this kind of research happening. So Ian's going to play a video for us. I think he's queuing that up. And stay with us because we have more music and we're going to share some ways you can engage.
At the HeartMath Institute Research Center, we have spent decades unraveling the innate intelligence of the heart and the potential of its core qualities like compassion and care to affect real change on an individual and collective level. Our global interconnectivity research is illuminating just how important a role we can all play in uplifting and unifying the collective global field environment, which is essential now more than ever. Through the support of our donors, the HeartMath Institute is now working to expand the Global Consciousness Project, a collaborative effort between HMI lead scientists and citizen scientists. Originally started out of Princeton University by Roger Nelson, the GCP's global network of random number generators has shown convincing evidence that human consciousness, especially emotions of love and compassion, does in fact modulate the global field. We hope that expanding on these findings will inspire and encourage more people around the world to benefit from increasing their own heart-based practices, a most positive step forward in raising the collective global consciousness. HMI scientists are also focused on exploring our connection with nature, and especially with trees. In a groundbreaking global endeavor funded by donors like you, the HMI Research Center is now receiving data from our new tree sensors, designed and built by our team of researchers and installed around the world by a network of citizen scientists. While we're still in beta testing mode, we are eager to advance our understanding of the unseen energy of trees that humans have intuitively felt connected to for millennia. When we come together in heart-centered collaboration, we really can actualize a world in which humankind can thrive, not just survive. A world where stress and separation fade into compassion and deeper care for one another. If you would like to be part of furthering this exciting research, please donate at heartmath.org/give/research.
Yes. So I'm putting some links in the chat, and I would really like to invite our participants of the Global Coherence Pulse to make a donation to HeartMath today. Like, click on the link, and just any amount that you want to give, even if it's a small amount, our energy, the time that we spend, the money that we spend, if we begin to direct it towards the things that we feel are going to make a difference on the planet on our behalf, then we're really helping to fuel the new. So Rollin, I'm really excited about this project and what we can do together. And I really want to encourage everybody to give a little love to HeartMath and to the Tree Project.
Thanks, Teresa. I really appreciate that. And I look forward to seeing you next week to wire up that tree we see right over your
yes.
shoulder.
So I'm going to have a tree sensor, and I'll do some reports on our Global Coherence Pulse sessions and see what we're learning from our tree. Yeah. Thanks so much, Rollin. I'm going to go ahead and share some slides, and one of them has the, let's see, share my screen. Here we go. So I put links in the chat, and you can also do a scan, a QR code. And if you want to email and talk to someone about supporting this project, there's an email address there, jen@heartmath.org. And there's also a phone number. So we invite you to connect in any way that you can. And let's support it. I'm going to make a donation as soon as I get off this call. Also, today's the full moon again. So I wanted to remind us, and if you go on the app, again at 8 p.m. Pacific time, you'll see different people logging on. And every month on the full moon, there is a care focus. And we're going to start to kind of join in so that we can begin to cultivate more and more coherence, both on our pulses, on the full moon, and at any time you think about it. Stop, feel the bottom of your feet. Come and breathe in your heart and send your love and compassion around the planet. And remember, there's that new camera sensor, and we're only going to have access to it for a little while as they're testing it out. So go and test it out and fill out the survey at the end so that we can start to see how is it working for us. I've been playing with it a lot, and it's nice, like just to be able to sit down for a meditation, kind of turn it on, and it helps me kind of like see how I'm doing with my coherence. We also had an exciting idea. Jennifer Hill, one of our core members, said, hey, let's invite people to become a tree scout during this time leading up to Earth Day. So there's some ways that you can earn your Tree Scout badge. You can plant a tree. I'm going to pick up a tree on my way home tomorrow on Easter Day. I want to plant a tree. You can donate to the Tree Initiative, which I hope you're all going to do. Or donate to plant a tree. There are some wonderful initiatives. We put one link in the chat for the Tree Sisters. They have a beautiful program for planting trees. Once I send this Pulse replay out on email, we invite you to share it and help to send some awareness about this tree project and about what's happening with the trees, and just put the # Tree Scout so that we can recognize it. You can post a picture of your favorite trees between now and Earth Day on your social channels. Hug a tree. That's the best way to get your Tree Scout badge, is to hug a tree. And please use the Tree Scout in all of your social posts. So if you want to go to Global Coherence Pulse Facebook page, you'll find the Tree Scout badge, and you can make it your profile pic. You'll see mine's that, so is Jennifer's and others. So we hope that you'll earn your Tree Scout badge. Another invitation, our sister organization, the Islands of Coherence Social Network, is launching a new phase. And we are going to be offering a 3-month virtual retreat. It's a retreat that you bring right into the heart of your everyday life. And the theme of this retreat is cultivating coherence in community. I mean, I feel like cultivating coherence in the heart of my life and in the world is one of the most essential things that I can be doing on the planet. I think that we could be doing on the planet. And this 3-month retreat is going to be a container for us to really focus our attention and energy on doing just that. And we have an open house next Saturday. Theo is going to be joining us, maybe Justin too. Maybe if he's still around, he'll want to play. It's being hosted by our Islands of Coherence cohort. Rollin's going to be with us, Theo again, Tammy Scarlett from Unify, Julie Kroll from Good of the Whole, Gary Malkin from Wisdom of the World Wellness, and Jude Curvin from Whole World View will be joining and just kind of sharing also their thoughts of this important initiative of cultivating greater coherence in community. So there's a link in the chat. It's next Saturday. It's free, and it'll be just as heartfelt and fun as we've been having today. Theo Grace, if you want some of his music, he has acoustic, he has other kinds of music. Theo, do you want to say something about the range of music that they have available in your Bandcamp?
Yeah, sure. So we have lots of ambient and some dance music on the Theo page. Lots of great stuff for meditation and yoga, or just lovely background music, and then a couple dance albums. And then the Theo Grace Bandcamp is my personal project, and just like heart songs, acoustic songs. So lots of options there to pick from. And
much like what we had today on the Theo Grace one. And the Entheo side, we played The Great Change, Homebound today. Mm-hmm. That was played during the meditation. And if you were on the opening, prior to the show starting, we had slides and music, and that was Spring of Benevolence. And so we played 2 of those today.
And those are featuring my lovely wife's voice. Her name's Amelie, and she has a beautiful voice, and she sings on a lot of the music for Theo. Yeah,
beautiful. Thanks, Theo.
Yeah.
And then Justin Michael Williams, brand new to us, and he has a website. I put the link in the chat. And Justin, we're super happy to have you here. Did you want to say something about what you're doing? We rise together. Yes, we do.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. And I also wanted to share that I Am Enough song, if you want to use that prayer in your heart, it's on Spotify and Apple Music and YouTube and all the things. And Theo and I actually have a remix to it coming out next Friday, or this coming Friday. Mm-hmm. And so we're really excited for the dance remix for that. And I think, the only thing that I'll share here that I'm just grateful for is, the work that I do in the world, or the service, really is to bring people together across divides. And a lot of my work is around shifting from this cancel culture and call out culture to a place of compassion culture, and calling forward instead of calling out, and learning how we can all come together in a space of compassion and love, and beyond oneness, but really knowing that in our diversity, when we stand together like the trees, that we are stronger. And so that's, my mission and my work in the world is to bring us together. And music is one of those magical ways that happens almost instantly. So,
yeah. Well, we'll be
Thank
seeing
you.
a lot more of you, Justin. As soon as I find gems like that, I call them out. So love to have you involved.
Invitation accepted.
Yeah, and if you guys are launching your new remix next Friday, then on Saturday during our open house, our retreat open house, we'll definitely play that and promote it there so everybody knows about it. Thank you guys.
you.
And we're going to get one more song from these guys, so don't leave because I won't want to miss it.
It'll just be me.
Theo's
going to
do it. Theo's going to do a
Okay.
beautiful solo one for the last song. So it's been a blessing to be with you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'll be here
Thanks,
cheering him
Justin.
on. Yeah.
We'll see you soon. Tonight, for those of you who have participated in Saturday Night Alive or the Awakening World, it's their 2-year anniversary tonight. And they're going to have, a host of some amazing people. So there's a link in the chat to that. globalpeacetribe.com is how you find it. And it's Earth Day this week. There's so many different celebrations, and you can always count on unify.org, who is our 501c3 sponsor for the Pulse, that they have a whole list of the lineups for Earth Day, and they've got some wonderful things planned. So that's unify.org/earth. And again, if you take some time today, as we listen to our closing song, to connect in with making a donation to HeartMath, we really thank you for supporting it. And we're excited about the kind of research that we're going to be able to do with the trees. So let's do that and stand together and pulse the planet today, all day long, all weekend. Every time you think about it, touch back into this energy that we shared today and pulse the planet with love and connect in with the trees. And let's join together with them as they bless this planet. So thank you for that. And Theo, I'm going to bring you on and let's have a closing song today. And Rollin, are you still here with us?
I am indeed.
Rollin, I'm going to spotlight you. Let's bring your spotlight. I wonder if you have any closing thoughts that you might like to bring into the space today.
Well, I always have the same closing thought, Teresa, which is let's just encourage everyone to really pause throughout the day as often as you can remember to do so. And if you can't remember, set some reminders to pause and really tune in and ask yourself, what am I feeding the field? And if we're maybe not, because it, as you know, my second statement is what we feed the field matters. It really does matter, not only for our own health and happiness and well-being, but the planetary field environment as well, and those we're around. So, and if we find we're maybe feeding the field with some frustration or impatience or anxiety, shift to the heart. Do some heart-focused breathing and radiate some love and appreciation and compassion and compassionate latitude.
Yeah, that's so important. Sometimes we do, like, all of a sudden we find ourselves not offering love, right? Because we've gotten triggered or we just, we're in our head too much in the moment. And as soon as we catch ourselves, all we have to do is just stop and drop into our heart and breathe and feel some gratitude. And it changes just like that. Yeah. Thank you so much, Rollin. Thank you for everything that you do. I really love you and appreciate you and can't wait to see you next Wednesday with
see you in a few days.
All right. Thank you, Rollin. And Theo, let's bring you on. And let's remove. Here we go. Theo. For some reason, I can't spotlight you. Let's see. Here we go. There we go. Thank you, Theo. Thanks for coming on and thanks for bringing a fun new friend.
Yeah.
That was really good.
That was so fun.
I'm really excited for you to have somebody kind of matches the frequency of music that you naturally bring into the world. And it was just so clear how resonant and joyful your connection with. And that's always fun to see. And
yeah, that's actually what brought us together. Is I saw his song. I saw him singing I Am Enough on a YouTube video. And I was like, I felt like it was so resonant with my heart. I felt like I could have written that song. It was so, and so I reached out to him and I was like, can I remix this? Like, I just want to work with it. And I love it so much. And he got back to me really quickly and said, yeah, go for it. And now we're here. And we didn't even know each other 2-3 months ago. So it was really quick, and it's so awesome to have him here.
Where does Justin live?
He lives in LA, I believe, but he's moving around a bit. He's got a lot on the go. If you go to his website, you'll see just how much amazing things he's up to. And he's moving around, but he's here for now. He's doing a retreat at Esalen this coming week. I don't know if that's on your website.
It is, yeah.
It is. If you check it out, you could go and do a meditation retreat with Justin next week if you want.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's hear your song, and we'll keep sending you lots of love, Justin. Thanks for
Love
being
y'all.
with us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just going to close it out with a song that's about just being present, because that never gets old. So this song is called The Present Moment, and I wrote it in Peru when I was praying with the trees down there in the mountains. What a gift it is, this present moment. What a gift to be in this present moment. Like a flame illuminating our true nature, like a mirror reflecting everything is sacred. Everything is sacred. Everything is sacred. Everything is sacred. What a gift it is, this present moment. What a gift to be in this present moment. Like a flame illuminating our true nature, like a mirror reflecting everything is sacred. Everything is sacred. Everything is sacred. Everything is sacred. So just as we breathe, just remember we are one with the trees. They are breathing in what we breathe out. We are breathing in what they breathe out. And just feel your body here in this present moment, alive, awake, and realize and receive the gift that it is to be here with all of the challenges and everything that goes along with being in a body in this world. Just let it in. What a gift it is, this present moment. What a gift to be in this present moment. Like a flame illuminating our true nature, like a mirror reflecting everything is sacred. Everything is sacred. Everything is sacred. thunder just went boom. The sky just went, yeah. Everything is sacred. Ooh, yeah. What a gift it is, this present moment. Thank you.
Yay, Theo. So good. You have to look at the chat of all the love that you've been getting.
Oh.
Somebody said, yes, you are a gift, Theo. I know.
Oh.
I always have to put my glasses on to see the chat. Rollin, you've been getting so much love from the group too. And thank you all so much. If you take just a minute and put in the chat a word or two or three, whatever, of how you're feeling right now on the other side of our time together. And thank you everyone for taking time out of your day to be with us and to pulse the planet and especially the trees with our love today. Yeah, thank you, Rollin. Thank you.
Rollin.
Thank you, Theo.
Justin, you want to come back up? Justin.
Thank you, Justin. Hey, we have a few minutes. Do you guys want to just play us another song? Do you just want to just riff with us right now?
I have an idea.
So,
yeah. We haven't tried this.
Okay.
We could do one that a lot of people will know. Stand By Me. Do you know it? I'll do it in G. If you
In
can,
G?
or I can play it if you want.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah, here.
Yeah.
Here. You can sing
I
with
knew
me.
you'd be game.
Yeah, I'll be pickless.
Cool.
All right.
Let's see what happens here on the spot.
Yeah.
All right, y'all will know this one, and I think this is a really powerful one for us. Hold on, let me just make sure I got it.
When the night has come and the land is dark,
You know it.
and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountains should crumble to the sea. Y'all know this. I won't cry, even though we like crying. I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me. Everybody, come on. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. One more time, come on. So darling, everybody stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand
Oh, we haven't done that together yet, so that was a part. That was good. Beautiful.
Thank you, guys. Blessings, everyone. Take this good energy out into the world today. Blessings on all of life. Bye, everyone. Happy full moon. Happy Easter. Happy life.